A few moments later.
Hey, you know, I love this news site. It contains entertainment and attractive graphic. The arrangement of homepage is also nice, so I can search any section that I love to read.
Oh, really? For me, it doesn't matter the graphic or colorful image as long as the news site provide an accurate sources and facts.
Well said. Young generation nowadays have a different taste in online news.
So, we have made a research about the online news among young generation using uses and gratification theory.
Assalamualaikum and hi. I am Wan Nur Amni and my friend Nurul Afidatul would like to present about our research proposal, the uses and gratification in online news among young generation. I and my teammates were collaborated on this project to know what the factors that contributed our young generation in using online news and what the most visited news site among them. So, we use the theory of uses and gratification by Eli Hukat for identifying why our young generations read news for their own need and get satisfied when their needs are fulfilled.
For a long time, newspaper serves as the main medium that plays an important role in conveying the latest information and current issues occurring in the country and abroad. The newspaper has changed the pattern of reading, especially for young generations who are now exposed to the internet when the new reading trends and it has go wider.
Generally, the purpose of the research is to investigate, enhance to gain more information about what we investigate for. In fact, question of research is required to achieve the outcomes of the research. So, we have outlined the statement of the problem in our project, and one of them is first, reading news online has become the choice of most readers. Readers have their own needs and motive in reading online news, especially young generations. Their needs are varied and different from each other in finding informations or satisfaction, such as cognitive needs, personal needs, and so on. Second, the interesting, creative and attractive features and topics in online news have a connection with the reader's choice.
A catchy headlines and interesting features will attract young generations to read the whole article. Then, we overcome them into questions that will be our objective in our research. Next, research questions. There are 3 research questions in this research. First, what are the online news that young generations most visited? Second, what are the factors of users using online news? And lastly, what are the level of users' satisfaction in using online news?
Importance of the study. We use uses and gratification theory in our study, so we can see the impact on the choice of media, whether the purpose is for entertainment, relaxation, or to acquire specific information.
The limitation of young people are being drawn to the online interactive social environments, and their news-seeking, web interactions, and reading behaviors are evolving with new technologies and presentation formats. Therefore, It is important to study these interactions in order to understand the online news-seeking behaviors of young generation and try to predict changes and trends in this field.
Elihu Katz created Uses and Gratification theory when he came up with the notion that people use the media to their benefit. In the book A First Look at Communication Theory, written by Griffin, state that Katz had proposed that the study on how media affect people must take account of the fact that people deliberately use media for particular purpose. There are several needs and gratification for people that are cognitive needs, affective needs, personal integrative needs, social integrative needs, and tension-free needs.
Uses and gratification in media use has been used to study demographic, antecedents, motive, and outcomes of communication within interpersonal and mediated contexts. The preference for online newspaper content might be analyzed to a readers who wish to read the real and authenticate news. From article Uses and Gratification of Online Newspapers, an audience-centered study by Susan M. Mings. The gratification sought and obtained draw the result for the gratification typology. Factor analysis indicated three major types of both print and online newspaper-related gratification. They are diversionary gratifications, knowledge-related gratification, and communication-related gratifications. Next, from article Uses and Gratifications of News Portal Among Malaysian Youth by Lee Kok Tiong, Aisah Mary, Liana Matnayan, and Siti Suryani. The purpose of this study is to identify the driving factors and satisfaction gained from the use of news portal among youth in Malaysia through 3 discussion focus group and forums on social media. As a result of their study found satisfaction with online news portal that the frequency of reading by online news portal is higher than in printed newspapers because it is easier to use. And last, from article Needs, Use and Gratifications of News Portal Among Kadazan Dusun Teenagers in Sabah by Aisah Mary, Nur Bayu, Lee Kok Tiong, and Cyril Modili. The aim of this study is to determine gratification to access of news portal among Kadazan Dusun teenagers and to identify the factors used of news portal among them.
This chapter introduces the questions constructed on this research plan and explains study methodology in detail, which includes a set of scientific research issues starting from the method used by the researcher in this study. We use descriptive research as a method in our research in quantitative approach, which means the questionnaire as a research instrument and be analyzed by using SPSS to quantify the problem by way of generating numerical data or data that can be transformed into usable statistics and generalized results. The researcher conducted questionnaire survey for 100 respondents of 4th year USIM students. The questionnaire that formed in this study have required the respondent to answer the factor using the online news and the satisfaction of online news. Then, the data analysis was more than conducting statistical analysis. It also involved interpretation and presentation of data. The data were analyzed by frequency table and percentage in each frequency number. But not only that, we analyzed in terms of means and median to summarize the individual variable.